Administration in Gokitunja division of the Northwest region over the sealing of shops in respect of ghost towns. Caution village sues for peace as activities gradually pick up in that part of the country. And Amplitude FM in Yaoundé celebrates 1 year of Embouteillage, the famous program that was run by Martinez Zogo. Top stories. Team before the 6:50 news, and of course you can link up with us on our social media platform on Canal International, on YouTube and on Facebook. How is Amplitude FM faring 1 year after the death of Martinez Zogo? The famous program Embouteillage was on air to commemorate the demise of the famous anchorman of Embouteillage. Beatrice Ngamo revisit those glorious days and the absence of Martinez Zogo.
The lien between the radio program Embouteillage and late host Martinez Zogo, gruesomely killed last January 2023, one difficult to cut off from Amplitude FM. 6 months, the officials were rebroadcasting Martinez Zogo's Embouteillage, reflecting on a march to control the traffic.
Les fantômes m'appellent au revenant. Vous savez, lorsque je viens à la radio Amplitude FM,
a colleague who was handling an almost similar program style every Saturday morning with same desire, fury, longing, fitted perfectly. The house gave him their blessing. On the 3rd of July, Thierry Vallet's voice settled on Embouteillage.
je voudrais donc poser la question à l'artiste Jojon Gallet ce matin. Quelques années plus tard, est-ce que vous, Jojon Gallet, est-ce que vous pouvez encore redire la même chose aujourd'hui de notre président de la République?
And 6 months running, Embouteillage has been hitting the airwaves.
Et puis, il faut maintenir le travail laissé par Martinez Zogo.
Need to maintain the work of Martinez Zogo on top form. It was not obvious, but there was need to continue with what he has left. Not obvious, but I had the support of my collaborators who encouraged and pushed me that we should continue with Embouteillage for it to stay.
Continuer avec l'émission Embouteillage pour que l'œuvre qu'il a laissée ne puisse pas disparaître. C'est ça l'objectif, puisque Embouteillage restera.
Listeners are of the opinion they can't really find any difference as Martinez's tone audible in him.
Sa manière de parler, c'est lui qui est là, lui garde le ton de Martinez.
Like Martinez, he does in-depth investigations before going on air. Not so to all. This other lost Martinez Zogo and Embouteillage the day he died. For after listening to many rebroadcasts, he decided to move on. Embouteillage is still on, despite the demise of Martinez Zogo. Kidnapped last January 17, 2023, and on the 22nd, his corpse was found at a Bogo tree, a neighborhood in the outskirts of Yaoundé. His remains is still lying at the mortuary as investigation on his murder case ongoing.
Well, thanks very much, Beatrice Ngamo. And over in the Northwest region, activities are slowly picking up again in Dop, in the Gokitunja division of the Northwest region, after a few days of tension between the administration and separatist fighters over the selling of shops accused of respecting ghost towns imposed by separatist fighters. Angie Collins has been monitoring the situation in that part of the country and now reports.
Calm has returned to Ndop and other parts of Gokitunja division after a standoff between the administration and separatist fighters. Reports say the senior divisional officer ordered the sealing of shops by the sub-divisional officer from Ndop Central because owners of the shops were keeping their business premises shut on Mondays in respect of separatist-imposed ghost town. In response, the non-state armed groups threatened to blow up any vehicle that will ply the Bamenda-Ndop-Kumbo road, thereby leading to a halt in transportation activities along this stretch of the ring road. This Friday, January 12, 2024, the population of Ndop and neighboring villages joined stranded passengers in a peaceful march to the SDO's office, where religious authorities brokered a deal that led to the reopening of the sealed business premises. On the other hand, commuters and drivers are reportedly slowly picking up with transportation activities this Friday afternoon. It is hoped that vehicles will engage full gear for a full day of work from Saturday, January 13.
Thanks very much, Annie. We stay in the Northwest region, situated in the Menchum North constituency of the Northwest region. Koshing was one of the hotbeds of the security crisis between the non-state armed group and the Cameroon army. So the conflict actually led to the mass movement of villagers who relocated to safer havens. And so as the peace process begins, His Royal Majesty, the Font of Koshing, Jew Wilson III, has promised that peace must return in that part of the country. Details in the following report. At least 20 traditional rulers have either been killed or kidnapped by separatists since the start of the socio-political conflict in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon in 2016. Their palaces were burned, and many are still receiving threats from separatist movement.
In 2023, Ayabacho threatened Northwest Front. Ayabacho said he was going to be cutting the head of traditional rulers and hanging them on the street and burning down their palaces. My palace was burned down too. I'm among the Fon whose palace were burned down in Menchum Division.
This has forced many of the spiritual guides to abdicate their throne. Tired of the prevailing situation, the Font of Koshing, His Royal Highness Joe Wilson III, has initiated a peace process with his colleagues of different fondoms to say enough is enough. The collective efforts of traditional rulers is important for peace to return.
We are traditional ruler up here, a branch of the administration. We need to support the administrative action for us to regain peace. Our role as traditional ruler is important, and we are respected. We should not allow our right as traditional ruler to be jeopardized and to be played on by our own children and elite.
The security conflict led to a mass movement as the villages were emptied with people who relocated to safer abodes. With the Global Peace Initiative, many villages, including Koshing, are regaining steam and vibrancy as the population is returning, thanks to the efforts of His Royal Highness Font Joe Wilson III.
The Cameroon Federalist Movement believes it's time for a peace and reconciliation conference. That time is now.
However, the people of Koshing are not alone in this peace process. The Cameroonian diaspora is also proposing a way out. Koshing is amongst the 34 villages under the Fungwam subdivision of the Menchum North constituency, with undulating relief and rolling mountains hard hit by the security conflict. And the prices of iron rod have dropped in some hardware shops in parts of the economic capital. Now, Ambo Gladys went down to find out how the construction industry is faring.
The hustle and bustle in this building material shop in Aqua Douala, with loaders stretching muscles, loading trucks with iron rods to supply customers whose purchase orders have been endorsed by the finance department. Just like other hardware businesses in the city of Douala, we are told the prices of iron rods have dropped in respect to the new prices as homologated by the Minister of Trade on January 9, 2024.
Rod 8 actually the price is 2,795 francs. In the month of October, the price is 2,900 francs, so that you see the difference now. So effectively, price of iron rod bar is going down.
Prices of iron rods have effectively dropped as compared to last year, where I bought a diameter 8 rod at 2,900 francs. I now buy same rod at 2,795 francs CFA. The reduction in price concerns both iron 400 and 500 steel bar grades, both of which have noticed reductions of 70 and 235 francs CFA. Buyers are amazed of the positive impact on their revenues.
I'm happy. I resent it have effect on my receipt. It had effect.
Iron rod dealers are convinced the decision meant to reinforce steel and combat inflation will encourage Cameroonians to construct at affordable cost.
This encourages people who want to do a building or everything to come and buy out to we directly. This is a good, a good way to encourage people.
The reduction in the prices of iron rods is the second in 3 months, the first being in October 2023. The price reduction differs from the cities of Douala and Yaoundé. According to the new price list, diameter 10 rod has also dropped to 4,295 francs CFA from 4,460 francs, while diameter 12 sells at 6,165 francs CFA from 6,400 CFA francs.
And the West Regional Council plans to invest in income-generating activities in the year 2024 that will improve on the livelihoods of the population, amongst them the rehabilitation of roads and the construction of classrooms. The plan was unveiled during the 4th ordinary session of the West Regional Assembly. Once more, I'm Gladys.
5,151,221,000 francs CFA. It is the budget that the West Regional Council will realize development projects with this 2024. The budget, examined and adopted during the 4th ordinary session of the Council, noticed a drop of 16.48% as compared to that of last year. The money, according to the President of the West Regional Council, Jules Hilaire Foka, will help in acquiring bulldozers for the digging and rehabilitation of earth routes, among other priority projects.
We will invest in revenue-generating projects rather than depending solely on local decentralized funds. Some of our priority projects include rehabilitation of earth roads, filling of potholes, and the construction of the Regional Council's head office.
The rehabilitation of roads that will include farms to market roads will facilitate movement of goods and persons and improve the living conditions of the population.
So with the quota that Mindeve transferred in our resources for next year, the President thought that we should buy instruments that will help us during the roads maintenance and construction. So we know that within the year we shall have this instrument that will facilitate us to open the roads to see how we can disenclave even the farm to market roads. That's the plight of the population. We can touch the respective population within the nook and crannies to see that they are better managed concerning the road resources, that everybody is trying to see that at least what they are producing in the farm should come to the market without any impediments.
Other projects which the West Regional Council plans to undertake this 2024 include the construction of classrooms to permit pupils and students study in decent conditions, as well as the improvement of the technical platform of some hospitals, such as the Nchang Annex Regional Hospitals, amongst others.
And cholera is amongst the communicable diseases spread through poor water quality across vulnerable population. And so with the many cases of cholera reported in the southwest region, stakeholders in the neighboring littoral region are already taking measures, working with non-governmental organizations to make sure they curb the spread of cholera. Details with Kizikiga.
Cholera is a highly contagious waterborne disease that causes severe diarrhea and dehydration, leading to life-threatening consequences, especially in areas with inadequate access to clean water and sanitation facilities. The meeting aims to address the urgent need for proactive measures to prevent the spread of cholera and protect vulnerable population of the littoral region. Arnombum is a member of an NGO.
ONG.
We, as NGOs, we are in partnership with the Minister of Health since 2014. We accompany him in all his actions. We sensitize the population in the field, telling them the importance of vaccination, that prevention is better than cure. We ask them to also change their way of life, for it will help prevent these diseases. Everyone is called upon to sensitize the local population on the importance of vaccination in children. We are engaged with the various authorities and partners to go to the field and spread information to the population, to the parents, to allow their kids to be vaccinated, to have kids so that we can have kids with good health. The population shall be informed immediately. The program is fixed. We shall inform all when the time comes, a program for vaccination. We shall put that in place. We shall proceed with the sensibilization. Statistics from public health officials say the littoral region has recorded 900 cases, 197 died. Bonasama, Mbange, and New Bell recorded the highest cases.
Well, thanks very much, Kizi Kiga. And we move on to Yaoundé, where despite the challenging economic situation, rise in market prices, and the bad weather conditions observed recently in the year 2023, the Circle of Friends of Cameroon, CERAC, was able to fulfill its program in the year 2023. And so this mission was realized at about 90%, as we got information from our correspondent in Yaoundé, information that was disclosed during the 30th Ordinary Assembly in Yaoundé. Beatrice Ngamo.
Through humanitarian assistance to the needy and vulnerable persons, health, women empowerment, capacity building for young people and members, education, strengthening of friendship ties, conviviality, and spirit of mutual support among members, the Circle of Friends of Cameroon, CERAC, from January to December 2023, reached out to many throughout the national territory. The project's completion rate of the year stands at 89.19%, covering regional and committee issues. Salutary balance sheet despite the current economic situation, with its rise in market prices and bad weather conditions in some regions. CERAC's ambition is to continue to step up its activities and widen the circle's beneficiaries in order to achieve greater social impact.
43 projects and activities have been selected for the year 2024. Every effort will be made to translate our resolutions into concrete action. The active involvement of each of you and the decisive support of our founding presidents are the guarantee, and the humanitarian work of CERAC will continue.
Faithful engagement and commitment by the members, grants from benefactors and partners needed to keep going. The First Lady on the occasion offered special gift to children, victims of the Mbankolo landslide. Their gratitude song at the honor room. Followed by the members of the diplomatic wing. The First Lady was then ushered to the feast ground. The National Orchestra then presented the colors and sounds of the 4 cultural zones of the country. Taste the young, famous Atiba. Then Toto Guillaume with 2 titles, BG. The list on and on from all ends of the world. A special gift for the First Lady draws the curtain on the colorful, animated Cultural General Assembly celebration closing the year 2023 in family harmony.
Thanks very much, Beatrice Ngamo. The weaving industry seems abandoned to itself with no incentives or little or no incentives for those stakeholders in the industry. And so conscious of these shortcomings, the Institute of Fine Arts in Fumban is doing everything, working with professionals to make sure they pull the industry from the doldrums. Kizi Kiga report.
This is the esplanade of the Institute of Fine Arts in Fumban. Students, specialists, and arts professionals have converged to reflect on a new impetus for the arts industry to spring off. The theme of this conclave focuses on how to promote and make a living from art in Cameroon. Artists seek to forge ahead on their own. Unfortunately, they do not receive enough support to permit them sustain. According to the artist, promoting made in Cameroon products can be a solution to their worries. Kibonen Fee is an international stylist.
Being in a fine arts school like this does not necessarily mean that you must leave and go open up your own little tailoring workshop. You can work with other people, and what we are trying to do is create opportunities for manufacturing, for garment construction across the board, where these young people can get into and make sure that they have a regular career.
An artist or a craftsman must be coherent, passionate, dreaming high, and be professional in order to put forward arguments that can convince the customers.
It was a very, very amazing and exciting experience for our students who could see Kibone live in front of them, sharing her experience and what it takes to become a fashion designer. Kibone has a philosophy encouraging local production made in Cameroon, and that is what we do here in the Institute of Fine Arts of Fumban. She thinks that the Institute of Fine Arts of Fumban can promote local production.
Ce que j'ai pu retenir, c'est que la mode n'est pas seulement une affaire personnelle, c'est tout un univers, c'est tout un art, et on a besoin d'être discipliné, on a besoin de détermination pour pouvoir réussir ce qu'on veut.
These artists at the Fumban Institute of Fine Arts are pleading for financial support. This will help facilitate their professional integration in order to safeguard the culture within and beyond Cameroon.
Thanks very much, Kezi, and drawing the cuttings for this edition of the 6 p.m. news, 6:15 news. Thank you for being there with us. I've been Kejang Henry Atimbe. Good day.